I've chosen a simple protocol with some tests that are, we have decided to, together with the customer, to perform, because our way of working is that we propose a protocol of validation to the customer, and this is the first, if you can go down a little bit, emission for the approval. Then if you receive the protocol and you say, I don't want, I don't know, I want to add some tests because I had an inspection that asked me this test. I want to take away one test, I want to do other things. You make the correction, you send us again, we make the second review, and then we start to work. But it's important before starting to make the validation to be headlined on the test that we have to perform. Since you have a lot of different tests, you can make everything you want on the autoclave. From checking the time, Bowick test, vacuum test, the pressure measurement, there are tests that are growing day by day and so we decide together what is necessary, because it's important also not to be, that is not so heavy, the protocol. It's important to make the things that are really useful to do and the things that you really need. And this is related to the use of the autoclave and to the load, because again, I insist, validation is a process. You make a qualification of an equipment, but you perform a validation of a process and a calibration of an instrument. And I can go on. This is validation means how you use the autoclave and should be integrated at all in your production process. Also, change, management of change should have some influence on the protocol. So it should be really integrated in your process. Okay, you go down. I took away the customer. Usually we make a small introduction that we decide together. The aim, the target, is not very good English. The protocol defines the requirement test acceptance criteria for chip-related. This is a requalification. We choose this because usually in the requalification we perform only one run, and not the 3 classic run for the statistical comparison. This is the time. The system description is very interesting because it should be really univocally for this autoclave. You have to put all the information related to the autoclave. So the identification, serial number, where it's located, and all these things should be written in the protocol. And the more information we receive from you, the more detailed is the description of the system. But we can't, these are information that we have to share together. It's a work that we do together. It's very important to sit on the table And we suggest things, we know things, but you decide the specification and what the test that we have to do. Okay, down. This was an autoclave like this, in cylindrical autoclave. For example, down. This is the description of the cloth autoclave. There are these probes, T3, T4, T5, T6. One is the room temperature, one is the jacket temperature probe. Because most of the autoclave has a jacket outside to reduce the fluctuation of the temperature. So you warm the jacket, and then inside you have always a jacket at 100 and I don't know, 20 degrees, and then okay. The room is equipped. This is the description that the customer gives to us. The load in this case was very easy. The product provides for the qualification periodic load standard with the constant the maximum load. The load was 10,935 bags of infusional bags for these that you use for at the hospital, the plastic bags that contains the disinfectant to when you burn, you put these on your the place you have burned, and it helps to disinfect. So it should be sterile. Okay. Description of the autoclave. Description of the autoclave. It's our Minister of Health likes this description. It means that we really go in this particular autoclave and we don't use a standard protocol, you know, it's also to demonstrate that we have worked together. Responsibility. This is an important point. The customer has a responsibility to define the functional specification and equipment, to provide operating procedure, analytical data, process drawing, provide technical and preparation of draft of the protocol status, ensure that the test and inspection described in the protocol are adequate and complete the qualification for the equipment system, review and approve the protocol before starting the qualification test. Define functional specification is the responsibility of the customer, because it's you that you decide what you really want to use as specification. If you want to use one norm, if you want to develop an internal range, or if you want to, then we adapt to demonstrate that your system works, but it's you that you have to tell to us what you want from this autoclave. Review and approve the protocol, provide material, yes, in this case, the calibration was made by themselves, and we were just checking that the calibration was made. Review the results of test and go down. Please. Approve the report and the final summary qualification. Our responsibility, go down, begins the interaction with you for the preparation of the protocol, preparing the qualification protocol, including recommendation and correction, submit the protocol to relevant qualification of customer for approval, performing test or checks only after the protocol has been approved, only after the qualification protocol has been approved, or you can do it before, but you have to be allowed from the customer. Ensure that our personnel is able to perform this test. So we had our curriculum vitae to show that this is not the first autoclavi that we perform, but the man that we send has the experience. We are responsible of the data, that the data are real, the true data without any modification. Ensure that the instrument we use has a copy of the certificate and is included in the document. Ensure that the description of the instrument used for testing and for evaluation are printed on the worksheet or data collection. Put together all the results. This is another important point. Promptly notify to the customer if there is something wrong. Not after 1 month, but during the performance of the validation. I mean, I find 115 degrees instead of 121. Immediately I go to the responsible to say that there is something wrong and to put the decision and the corrective action. Define the corrective action, means suggest the corrective action with you, because we have some experience, so sometimes we can help you to find the solution, and prepare the final qualification summary for your approval. This is a part of security, that we have to observe your safety rules. All the precaution, equipment and personnel to implement this protocol must be reported in advance by authorized person from the customer. Each operation should be done under your supervision. And operation involving biological risk during handling biological substance should be done personally from you. This is in Italian. I don't know if you have some, don't remember if you have some law for the safety on the job. I think you have to adapt. Reference document. That doesn't mean that we have followed exactly, but we have taken something from each. Okay? You go down. Allora, the activity of requalification of operation and promotion will take place only after written approval for this protocol by the departments responsible for customer. Obtained such approval, the approved protocol will be used for execution. Here we have two possibilities. Either we use exactly the same document that you have approved. Once that is fulfilled, it becomes the report. Either you keep the protocol, we make a copy conform to the protocol, and we fulfill the copy. It's up to you. general description of the process, the stuff, these are blah blah blah. Any non-compliance found and does not meet the criteria of acceptance of this protocol shall be stated in the form report deviation that we put in this protocol, also the report deviation. We can use also your procedure of deviation if it's easier for you to insert in your system of corrective action, but usually we suggest a deviation part of the protocol that we hope we don't use. Okay? We go down. This was done with we have open